Hello, thank you for joining us for Coffee and Conversations. My name is Angela Glass.
I'm Von Wilson.
And we're from the Ark-Tex Area Agency on Aging. And we are here with some important information today.
Absolutely.
So grab your coffee cups and get ready. We have a special guest today that Ms. Vaughn is going to introduce for us.
Absolutely. We have here with us today Miss Ruby Shoals, and she's with Shoals Legacy Agency. And she's going to share with you all, as well as us, some great information, just like you said, Angela. So we are very interested in this over life insurance. So that's awesome. So Miss Ruby, please fill us in and let them know a little bit about you as well.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. I love sharing information with people because people do not know what they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to take care of your family when you don't understand the resources that are available to you.
Right.
I'm a life insurance broker. I'm here local in Texarkana, and I chose to be a broker because I wanted to be able to match what my clients need to the company that best fits them and their budget. So, and then most people don't understand insurance, life insurance, and
That's true.
my primary responsibility is education. I want people to understand how to use it to help benefit their families.
Ms. Ruby, that's very important because
Absolutely.
I sometimes think myself, about insurance and the future. You think about the future and what's going to be left for your kids later or your family, your loved ones.
That's
So I know you get a lot of questions about that, but you just dive in and tell us everything that you do and what kind of clients you normally get.
Anywhere from 30 days old up to 85.
Okay.
My thing is, what are your needs? And sometimes you don't know what those needs are, and it's just good to sit down with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So my first thing is I sit down with my clients, I evaluate what your needs are. It's not about me, it's about you and what your needs are and how those needs and those solutions can best make sure your family's taken care of. My philosophy is all about legacy. And that's why my business is Shoals Legacy Agency, is because I want to help people understand how they can leave a legacy for the next generation.
Oh, I love that. Yes, that's super important. So I know that when we meet at all types of functions because you're always out there. You're always out there networking, making sure people getting the right information.
Yeah.
And I love that because there's so many, I don't know, misconstrued information out there. So I want to know the right thing, and Miss Ruby's gonna give us the right information.
Absolutely.
So what type of things do you like from start to finish? Like once someone comes to you and asks you about life insurance, how many different insurances are there? Because it's confusing, I know.
Alright. Well, there's two types of life insurance policies, and then they have subheadings under them. But the two types are term and permanent. And term is just like it says. It's going to end in a certain period. It may be 10, 20, or 30 years. But the thing you have to look at is term is at the end of that term, you have no insurance. And most people think, oh, why would I even want to get term insurance if it's going to go away? Term insurance is inexpensive compared to the other type of insurance. And sometimes you have a lot of responsibilities but a small budget. And in that case, some insurance is better than no insurance. So you get what you need to take care of your family in that situation. And that may be term because it fits the budget. And the good thing about term is in most cases, it can be changed or converted into a permanent policy later. And in permanent policies, just like it says, as long as you pay the premium, you have a policy. Does not go away. They won't cancel your policy, and it's mainly just as long as you're paying the premium, you have a policy. Benefit of the permanent is that it has some benefits. It's guaranteed to be there for you, and most permanent policies accumulate cash value that you can use later in life.
Nice. Okay, awesome. Well, kind of like you said with the Shoals Legacy, I know people who have, they're doing their everyday job, and it's like, gosh, I want to leave my family a legacy, but like you said, it's the income, how much money do you have, things of that nature.
Yes.
So, you working yourself like a dog
Yeah.
and just trying to, check the check, trying to make the ends meet. But this is a whole nother way that you can leave a legacy for your family. And that's investing and making the right decisions when it comes to life insurance.
That's right.
So I think that's very important. So like, for just the regular guy out there, like you say, why do I need life insurance?
Right.
That's a great question, because some is like, hey, when I'm gone, I'm gone.
Yes,
Who
right.
cares? But you have to think about those
Right.
that you leave behind. So, so if someone did say, well, Miss Ruby, why is it even necessary to have life insurance? What would your response be?
Who do you love?
Oh,
Come on now.
Yes.
Yeah. Who do you love?
That sums it up.
Yes.
Enough to make sure that after you're gone that they will still be able to maintain the lifestyle that they're living while you're here. And
Yes.
we know how expensive things are.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
And it's taking 2, sometimes 3 and 4 incomes
Yes.
to just get by. So imagine you've got husband, wife, 2 kids, and a home, a mortgage, cars, kids' expenses, and suddenly one of those incomes is gone.
Yeah.
So will the one that's left behind be able to maintain that same lifestyle? Or will they lose everything? The house, the cars, move back in with family, change the location of where their kids' schools are, basically totally change and disrupt their life. So when somebody dies, it's hard anyway. But if you add financial troubles on top of losing somebody,
Yes.
that makes it even harder. And so the insurance gives you peace of mind, and knowing that the ones that you love will still be taken care of even if you're not here. So who do you love?
That's right. We have to ask ourselves that.
That's
So
right.
then
It's not
you
about
will
you.
kind of realize how important this is, because if you love those people, you want to make sure
They're
that they're
okay.
taken care of. So
Exactly.
I think that even with life insurance, some people have life insurance and they may not be able to afford it at some point in their life. So if they happen to not pay a premium, what happens then?
Well, it depends on the type of policy.
Okay.
Term policies, if you don't pay the premium, you have a grace period, usually about 30 days. And if you don't pay it after 30 days, then the policy lapses or goes away. Permanent life insurance has a little bit different connotation in the fact that it has accumulated cash value. So if you miss a payment, they may be able to take money out of your cash value to pay that premium and give you time to get caught up. But if you don't pay the premiums, the policy go away.
Just like that
Just
old
like
brand new
anything
car,
else.
right?
Yeah,
You
like
get that
anything
car, you
else.
don't pay.
Yeah, they don't
Let me
repo
get that
them. They don't come pick up the policy, but they'll cancel that puppy if you don't pay the premium.
That's right. Absolutely.
Well, I think I have a question about beneficiaries. So if you appoint a beneficiary for your life insurance policy, does it have to be can it be a child? Can it be and of course a spouse maybe, but someone that's outside of your immediate family? Could it be?
Yeah, it depends on your insurance company. Each one company has a rule about beneficiaries. Most of them, a lot of them, you have to have insurable interest in order to be appointed a beneficiary, a child, an aunt, or uncle, parents, that type of thing. Some companies will let you appoint whoever you trust to take care of your business as your beneficiary. But you just have to talk with the company and find out their rules.
Okay.
One of the things about beneficiaries is you need to know who your beneficiary is.
Right.
And believe me, you need to check those beneficiaries because life changes and we forget about those beneficiaries on stuff, whether it's your bank account or your insurance policy or your 401k. You got to make sure you check the beneficiaries because you don't. In one instance, a gentleman had been married several times, and when he passed away, his current wife was not his beneficiary.
Wow.
His first wife was his beneficiary. So, the current wife wasn't happy. But those are the main things you have to check, and you need to do that at least every year. Take a look at your policies, pull them out, make sure your beneficiaries are who you want them to be.
Yeah.
Because people have passed away and things have changed, and you just need to check those things.
Well, Miss Ruby, just kind of piggybacking off that question, when you select your beneficiary, say for instance you do it, and if I'm not mistaken, is that like for a year? Or can you go in there and change, like, 2 or 3 months later, it's like, you are acting funny, I'm not trusting you again, I'm taking you off, So can you go in and change?
You can change your beneficiary.
Okay.
Most people will put the beneficiary on and leave them, forever, as long as things don't change.
Okay.
You're right, people do change and they do act different, and sometimes you may need to change your beneficiary. A lot of the insurance companies now have client portals where you can just have an online presence and go in and change things that you need to change online, or you can just call them and they'll change them, or send you a form to change them. But yeah, you can change your beneficiary whenever you want to.
Okay, that's great.
Good.
So you're not stuck.
Yeah,
right.
you can always threaten your children.
That's
I'm gonna
right.
take you off.
That's right.
Yeah, when they don't act right.
That's right. Well, I know that you have a wonderful website for your company.
Yes.
So a lot of this information will be on your website,
Yes,
and
it
we'll
will.
actually have some on our website.
Of course.
So if you guys want to take a look and see what we have up, because she has a lot of different tips and things like that you'll need to look at so that you'll be prepared when it's time for you to get your life insurance policy. And we love Miss Ruby, so we know she's gonna take care of you. So I don't know if Miss Vaughn had any other questions for Miss Ruby.
Well, I was just like, if someone wanted to set an appointment with you, what documentation would they need? Would they need their life insurance, on deck as far as?
Yes.
Okay.
What I do is called a policy review, and
Okay.
everybody needs to do at least an annual policy review. So you pull out your policies. A lot of times I sit down with people and they don't know where their policies are.
That is so true.
And because we buy them, we put them in a box or safe deposit box
Yes.
or file someplace, or we don't have, sometimes we just don't know where we put them.
That's true.
And you have senior moments myself, where did I put that? And you don't remember what's in it. You really do not. So what I do is, in order to do a policy review, you have to bring your policies in.
Okay.
And we sit down and look at what you already have, because my belief is that why add more when you got what you need? So first you determine what you need, what your needs are. That's what we determine. How much coverage you need, what you want that policy to do for you. We look at what you already have in place in order to make sure that you're not spending money that you don't need to spend. And if you don't know what you have, you can't make sure that all the gaps are filled.
Right.
And that's the main thing. So we start with the policy review. If you have insurance, if you don't have insurance, we start with what are your needs are and what do you want this insurance to do for you. And that's where we start.
Well, Miss Ruby, do you have an office so people can come to, or do you do home visits in regards to come and meet people where they are, or how would that work?
Well, I am an independent broker.
Great.
And I have truck will travel. So I prefer to meet people at my office, because with the internet and all that, it's just easier to have access to everything. But it just depends on what your needs are. Some people are seniors, and it's hard for them to get out. I'll go to them. If you want me to come meet with you at home, I'll do that.
Right.
So it's just basically up to you. I have an office on Texas Boulevard right across from Wadley
Okay.
in the Savini Insurance Building, and don't show up there expecting me to be there, because sometimes I'm out roaming around seeing clients, but I will work by appointment. So all you have to do is call me. And the good thing for me is I don't charge people to come sit down with me and evaluate where they are and what their needs are. I just sit down with a client this past week, and she had insurance in place, and I looked at all her stuff, and I said, well, you got good policies. There's no reason to change any of this. You just make sure that you pay your premiums and you've got good coverage. If this is what you want and you want to do, what you wanted to do for you, then you're good. So I'm not gonna sell you a policy just to
Right.
get paid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk to you about what your needs are and how can we fill the gaps. And that's why it's so important to bring your policies in.
Absolutely. And what's that good number if someone wanted to reach out to you or get connected?
It's 903-244-1537.
All right.
You heard it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always look me up. It's Shoals Legacy Agency.com. And you can send me a message through there if you like.
Yeah, I think you got the digital, did I see on there? It's like a digital edition.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am just started. I'm doing a digital magazine.
Oh.
And so I'm
Awesome.
sending out a magazine that has kind of great tips in it and different things that kind of help you make plans to the future. And it has things like recipes in it, and it has
that's
information
nice.
about
Yeah.
finance and insurance, and that'll be a once a month thing. And then I also send out different articles.
Okay.
So one article that I've just sent out is planning for 2025, financial planning for 2025. What do you need to look at going into 2025
Wow.
to set yourself up for success?
Wow, you got it all.
Yes.
Ruby.
I mean-
Look, everything that, yeah.
But you know, when you're doing what you love,
Oh, yeah. That's
I'm
the
always
key.
trying to find different ways to reach out to my clients
Mm-hmm.
and give them that information that they need to make informed decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, you don't know what you don't know. And my job and my pleasure is to make sure people understand what they're getting, what their needs are,
Mm-hmm.
and how that's going to benefit their families.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you for coming to see us, because we love to have you anytime. But
Absolutely.
thank you for coming to see us and telling all of our listeners and our followers all this good information. Because we couldn't have did this justice. We needed you.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Great information. That's for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean,
And thank you so much for inviting me. But there's something that I always do whenever I end a conversation with people
okay.
is I want to remind them of the things they need to know and they never think about.
Mm-hmm.
One of the main things is knowing where your policies are and being able to put a hand on them. Because when you're gone, people can't find them because we have so many papers. So know where your policies are, know where your valuable papers are, and know the beneficiaries on all of your documents and your policies, and make sure that beneficiary knows that they're a beneficiary. If you take them off, you need to tell them. But
That's a conversation.
but make sure that is the conversation. But make sure that they know and know where those policies are and the beneficiaries. And also, one main thing is know at least one person you trust to know where that information is. Because once you're gone, they can't ask you where it is.
That's right.
But the main thing is to have your stuff in order and have it in one location and have at least one person that knows where that information is. Because when we're gone, it's a mess. When we leave, it's a mess. And if we can have the peace of mind of knowing that we left a legacy and not a mess, then to me that's a great thing to do for people.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so thank you guys for
Yes.
joining us for Coffee
Coffee
Conversations.
Conversations.
And it's